Hello friend, I hope you guys are doing well. It's me Chetan Murgar and welcome to my channel. Russian drone attack sparked Friday. Sochi will deport, Russian authorities said. A massive oil depot fire region near Russian Black Sea resort of Sochi has been blamed by Russian authorities on a Ukrainian drone attack. Sochi nearly airport has suspended flight. Krasnodar region Governor Vladimir Putin said said on Telegram that drone debit hit a fuel tank and 127 firefighters were tackling the blades. Meanwhile, a Russian missile strike
destroyed homes and civilian infrastructure in Ukraine southern city Mykolaiv, local official city. It last seven civilizations were reported injured in the city, which has been repeatedly shelled by Russian force. Ukrainian state emergency service said 3 of the wounded were being treated in hospital. Russian authorities said the drone attack on the Sochi refinery was one of several launched by Ukraine over the weekend, targeting installation in the southern Russian cities of Ryazan, Penza, and Brozhin. The governor of Dorozhin said 4 people were injured in one drone strike. Russian Defense Ministry said its air defense interrupted 33 Ukrainian drones overnight, 60 of which were over the Black Sea region. Ukrainian Air Force said Russian fires 83 drones and 76 drones and 7 miles overnight, 61 of which were shot down. It added that 16 drones and 6 missiles struck target in 8 locations. It comes after a particularly delayed week for civilians in Ukraine, including an attack on Kyiv on Thursday that killed at least 31 people. More than 300 drones and 8 cruise missiles were launched in the assault, Ukrainian officials said, making the attack one of the deadliest on the capital sign. Russia launched its full-scale invasion in February 2023. Following the strike, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky called for stronger international sanctions on Russia this week, while US President Donald Trump condemned Russia's action in Ukraine and suggested new sanctions against Moscow were coming in July. Trump said Putin had 50 days to end the war and Russia would face served tariff targeting its oil and other exports. On Monday, Trump set a new 10 or 12 day deadline. He later set a new deadline which would expire on 8th August. Russian volcano erupts for first time in more than 500 years. A volcano in far eastern Russia has erupted for the first time in more than 500 years, which experts say may be linked to last week's massive earthquake. The Krasenisko volcano in Kamchatka threw off an ash plume of the 6 kilometers high overnight. There were no threat to populated areas. Russian emergency ministry say hours later another large earthquake in Russia led to tsunami warning in 3 areas of the peninsula. Both events may be connected to a massive 8.8 magnitude earthquake which hit similar areas last week, which caused tsunami warning as far away as France, Polynesia, and Chile. Russian experts had warned strong aftershocks were possible for several weeks after Wednesday earthquake, which was one of the strongest ever recorded and saw miles of miles of evacuated. Sunday 7 magnitude earthquake hit the Kuril Island and could lead to wave of the 8.18 centimeter 7-inch Russian emergency ministry report. It's said people in three areas of Kamkota must still move away from the store despite the low wave height. The last record interrupt of Klinisi was in the 15th century. According to the head of the Kamchut Volcanic Interrupt Russian team, Oglai Grina also said it may be linked to the either 8.8 magnitude earthquake according to the Russian state news agency RIA. The Kamkotka Peninsula is remote but lies in the Pacific Ring of Fire, so called because of the high number of earthquakes and volcanoes that occur here. Trump moves nuclear submarine after Russian ex-president comments. US President Donald Trump said he had ordered two nuclear submarines to be positioned in the appropriate region in response to highly provocative comments by the former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. Trump said he accused just in case those foolish and inflammatory statements are more than just that. Words are very important and can often lead to unintended consequences. I hope this is not be one of those insane. It he did not say where two submarines were being deployed in keeping with US military protocol. Mitrovic has recently threatened the US in response to Trump's ultimatum to Moscow to agree a ceasefire in Ukraine or face third sanction. Russia and the US possess the most nuclear arms in the world, and both countries have a fleet of nuclear submarines. In Friday post on the Truth Social, Trump wrote, based on the highly provocative statement of the former president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, who is now the deputy chairman of the Security Council of Russian Federation, I have ordered two nuclear submarines to be positioned in the appropriate region. The US president did not say whatever he was referring to nuclear power to nuclear armed submarine in his post on the Truth social media. Speaking in the report later the same day, Trump said a threat was made and we didn't think it was appropriate. So I have to be very careful. I do that on the basis of safety for our people. A threat was made by former president of Russia, and we are going to protect our people. The Kremlin has so far made a public comment on the issue, but Moscow stock market firm safely following Trump's statement. Trump and Mitrovic have recently been involved in a series of personal attacks against each other and social media. It comes after Trump set a new deadline for current Russian President Vladimir Putin to bring the war to an end by 8 August, which Putin has shown sign of doing. Before that, on Monday, Trump had set a 10 or 12-day deadline. Earlier in July, he threatened Russia with safe tariff targeting its oil and other exports if Putin did not end the war in 50 days. Medvedev, who was Russian president from 2008 to 12, accused Trump of playing the ultimatum game with Russia earlier this week. In a post on X, Mitrovic said each new ultimatum is a threat and a step forward war. He also described Trump's ultimatum as a threat call early in July, saying that Russia didn't care. Writing on the Telegram on Sunday, Mitrovic warned a dead hand threat which some military analysts understand as a reference to the codenames of Russian retaliatory nuclear strike control system. Friday wasn't the first time Trump responded to Mitrovic's comment on Sunday. He described Mitrovic as the failed former president of Russia who think he is still president. Trump also warned Mitrovic to watch this word, adding this he is entering very dangerous territory. Mitrovic supports Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine launched in 2022 and is an outspoken critic of the West.
How South Korean K-beauty industry is being hit by Trump tariff. Car and smartphone may rank among South Korea's biggest exporter in the US, but few goods inspire a more devoted following than the Asian country's beauty product. K-beauty, a term that covers a wide range of skincare, makeup, and cosmetic from South Korea is lauded for its quality and value, driving soaring demand on recent years. Uh, the global approach of South Korea culture has also helped propel the popularity of its cosmetic. US-based Pierre told the BBC that she was introduced to key beauty products by her friends. South Korea's serum are better suited for her skin compared to some Western brands that tend to be more harsh. The 27 years old graphic designer say now 95% of my skin is made of K beauty product. She added, Ms. Mark is not alone in her preference for South Korean skincare brand. Americans spend as much 1.7 billion on key beauty products in 2024, according to industry estimated that makes a more than 50% rise compared to the previous year. Beauty products are often more attractive priced than their Western counterparts but also feature ingredients that are not commonly found in the West from hot, hot leaf to snail much machine. US President Donald Trump has now imposed 15% import tax on South Korean goods between Seoul and Washington. It's less than 20% levy that Trump had threatened, but many customers are not taking any chance. USK Beauty, a retail scent brand, saw order spike by nearly 30% in April right after Trump unbelieved sweeping US import tax on most of the world. When the tariff announcement hit, customers got strategic with how they were going to whether to storm Sandband, founded Turin were to be the BBC. Customers are preparing against the uncertainty. Another Cape Beauty retailer, Saint has been ordering more product. Centrum start his tariff threat. See manager Wing Juan this week. She received alert from supplier urging retailer to stock up before tariff. Both retailers said price of key beauty products are likely to increase as the lavish purge of cost across the industry. Another telling you price will stay flat through the next 2 years in Navy, say Miss Amis, where prices are born to rise, especially for similar smaller seller of beauty product on the platform like Amazon who operate with slim profit margin economics. Monsoff's Leo from the University of California, San Diego said, despite higher price, the global popularity of South Korean culture means K-beauty products are likely to remain to demand in US. He said casual buyer might be turned off by the higher price, but fans won't find an easy substitute. Ms. Jung agreed. She thinks customers will still want to buy key beauty products, but price risk may means may mean they purchase fewer items than before. Higher prices are likely to stop Amish make buying her favorite product. It depends on how much the price stuffs up, but as of now, I'm willing to pay more to purchase some purchase the same product. No easy substitute. Being a beauty hands are in a much better position to abuse the cost of tariff than their similar rivals, a South Korean based business constituents I. Victor Mamus. These large companies will be to avoid major price raise for their customer as they have high profit margin, he said. But smaller K-beauty firm that make their product in South Korea will struggle to keep a lid on cost, Mr. Camus added. It will take some time to take effort, said most goods being sold in the short run have already been commissioned at current price, but we will see it play out soon. In recent days, President Donald Trump has struck deal with Japan and European Union that will see their export to the US subject to the same 15% tariff as South Korea. And that means countries that are home to some of the world's biggest cosmetic brand face the same levies as the K-beauty industry. Central to Trump's trade policy in his ambition to see more goods being made in America, but it's yet to be seen whether or not his will means US buyer switch to Amazon beauty product. Mrs. Musk says she doesn't see US made product at attractive alternative. I do search for American made alternatives often, but I have yet to find any that are as effective as the ones I use, so I wouldn't go for American product at. Okay, thank you guys. Stay tuned on next video.